massive wipeouts. But what if you prefer life in the slow lane? Paddleboarding, surfing's laid-back cousin. It's the fastest growing outdoor activity in the world, with more than 3 million boarders. The best paddleboards are handmade, perfectly balanced, and tough enough for rivers and oceans. How do they do it? Jarvis Boards in Austin, Texas. It's 4 hours drive from the nearest beach, but Tony Smith's company make paddleboards for all waters. Everyone begins life as a computer design. The journey from pixels to paddleboard starts with a computer-controlled blade.
People have no doubt been boarding on the surface of water for millennia. They were certainly doing it in Hawaii by the 1770s because Captain Cook became the first in a long line of Europeans to watch in awe as the Hawaiians rode the waves.
Most manufacturers make boards out of polystyrene with a simple pine veneer. But Tony's high-end designs start with specially selected woods. Large planks are loaded onto the cutter, one for the top of the board, one for the bottom. Depending on the style of board, they use Polonia wood, walnut, or as in this case, cedar. But the cutter's not fussy, and it takes just 3 minutes to cut out the top and bottom of the paddleboard. The trick is to keep the wood afloat with someone on it. And that takes buoyancy. So Tony coats the top and bottom of the board with super strong glue, ready for a layer of recycled expanded polystyrene foam. The pre-cut polystyrene foam forms the lightweight core of the board, the buoyant meat in a cedar sandwich. The trouble is that sandwich is only loosely stuck together. Water could get between the cells of the polystyrene, throwing the balance off, and the whole thing would be sunk. So they slide the board into a vacuum bag and suck out the air, compressing the 3 pieces into one.
Literally, you could not pull the vacuum bag off the wood. That's how tight it's vacuuming down.
The first commercial use of vacuum packaging was back in the 1950s when the cryovac process, which sounds terrifying, the cryovac process was used to package turkeys. And now they use vacuum packaging for lots of things.
3 hours later, they release the vacuum. The glue is hard, and Tony can remove the board. It's now one complete piece, but not a complete board. Wooden sides will be added by shaper Josh Miles, along with a nose and tail to protect the parts of the board that experience the most impact in the water.
The part where it starts getting a little dusty.
Wood is organic. It naturally absorbs water, causing it to swell and warp. A big issue for something designed for rivers and oceans. The answer is to protect the wood by wrapping it in a thin layer of fiberglass and coat it with water-resistant resin. The fiberglass becomes transparent on contact with the resin, which also sticks the logo onto the wood. To harden the resin, it's sent to Tony's homemade paddleboard sunbed. Under the UV light, chemicals in the resin react with each other, giving the board a tough, waterproof finish and a lovely tan. The process is repeated 4 times over 4 hours until the board is set. It looks pretty slick. Too slick, in fact. Stand on this, and you'd soon be in the creek with just a paddle. So Tony attaches traction pads to add grip. Finally, a leather handle is bolted in place, and the board is ready to launch. Tony's boards weigh a solid 10 to 12 kilograms. but the finished article is a thing of grace on the water.